Streetlights hum and a tire go line. Air shakes off from the wheels below. You say nothing, I say we've got time. Static on the overpass glow. Radio ghosts on the dashboard light flicker through the dust on your sleeve. There was a map folded up all night. There was a reason to leave. Your hand moved slow to the window glass, drew a heart, then you let it break. Cars flew under us way too fast, like every promise we didn't make. And the city burned out behind our backs, like a match in the rain, like a name gone black. We were young in the overpass noise, holding on to the sound, not the words, not the choice. And the headlights roll like a river below. You were there for a second, then gone with the glow. Your jacket smelled like a worn-out storm, like cheap motel sleep and gasoline. I remember the night was almost warm and everything in between. A siren band through the open dark, then faded into another town. We stood still while the road ran hard, like we could stop it by not looking down. But the sky kept pulling the blue apart, and the static kept talking where you left your heart. We were young in the overpass noise, holding on to the sound, not the words, not the choice. And the headlights rolled like a river below. You were there for a second, then gone with the glow. Oh, I hear it now, that electric ache, all the little sparks that we couldn't save. If I call your name, will the guardrails know? Will the night throw it back from the road below? We were young in the overpass noise, half in love with the dark, half in love with the void. And the whole world rushed where we couldn't go. You were there for a second in the overpass glow. Streetlights hum and a tired gold line. Air shakes off from the wheels below. You say nothing, I say we've got time. Static on the overpass. Exit signed, bloom in velvet blue. Night leans close like it always knew. We missed the turn by a half-lit sign, didn't even try to go back. Your laugh fell low like a closing line as the tires stitched the black. The city thinned into nameless stores, into vacant lots and moonlit glass. You looked at me like there was more, but let the moment pass. And I couldn't tell if we were lost or just finally off the map. On a velvet exit, you held my stare, like you almost meant it, like you almost cared. No destination, no purpose. There was silver light across your face, and nothing smart to say. A truck stop glow and a faded drink, a payphone sleeping in the wall. You asked me what I really think. I didn't speak at all, 'cause I knew the truth would sound too clear in a place like that. You almost meant it, like you almost care. No destination, no perfect line, just your shadow crossing over mine. Maybe love is just a road sign in the rain. Maybe we were only passing through the frame. Maybe if the dawn had taken just a little longer, we'd still be driving, still a little younger, on a velvet exit under Motel stars. We wore the silence like borrowed hearts. No destination, no reason why, just one soft night we couldn't drive by. Exit signs bloom in velvet blue. Night leans close like it always knew. Blue shoulder lane, blue shoulder lane. We pulled over where the wild grass bent under a billboard sky. You said, give me a minute, but your minute went like summer always does, too fast to dry. There were soda cans and a bitten moon, and heat still stuck to the hood. The train moved slow and the distance tuned to the ache we never understood. You kicked the gravel, I watched the sparks. We were two small shadows parked inside the dark. On the blue shoulder lane, we said everything wrong, but the breaking on the door. We were all heat and dashboard dust, cheap sunglasses, no real plan. You drew a circle around trust on the back of your hand. The road kept flashing in fragments white, broken film across the hood. We drove too fast through a fading night, like outrunning in ever could. Every gas station dream, every half-lit sign was calling us somebody we could be for a night. In the flicker mile we were burning clear, half a laugh, half a wreck, but you wanted me here. And the world went silver in the median light. We were almost forever for the length of a night. For the length of a night, a motel key and a vending hum. Your shoes kicked off by the bed. You said, don't ask where we come from. So I kissed your forehead instead. The TV glowed with the sound turned low. Blue snow over your skin outside. The semis rolled on slow, like time trying not to let us in. And somewhere far off, morning started to move, but we still had the dark and nothing to prove. In the flicker mile we were burning clear, half a laugh, half a wreck, but you wanted me here. And the world went silver in the median light. We were almost forever for the length of a night. Stay till the signs all blur. Stay till the words don't hurt. Stay till the sky turns pale and the dream gets thin and the engines wail. In the flicker mile, I still see your face in the quicksilver dark and the roadside haze. We were almost forever, yeah, we came back close. Now you live right on the things I miss most. 1 mile more, 1 mile more. Lights keep breaking on the door. Cloud line low, hands in my lap, watching the trees lean back. You always change with the weather, soft 1 minute, gone the next. Sun through the glass made you lighter, rain made a wreck of the rest. I learned your silence in traffic, your smile at the edge of town, the way your eyes turned Atlantic whenever the sky came down. And I never knew if I was with you or just passing through. You were passenger weather, rolling in, rolling out, turning my calm into thunder and leaving without a sound. And I kept driving, believing love could settle somehow, but you were passenger weather, and I'm still under it now. There was a town with a burnt out diner, a neon cup that never slept. You traced a line through the fogged up window, like a promise you never kept. I could have asked you to stay there, under the buzz of the sign, but some hearts live like a crosswind, never really in one line. So I let the moment move between us, like headlights in the rain. You were passenger weather, rolling in, rolling out, turning my calm into thunder and leaving without a sound. And I kept driving, because it knows we were never warm. Rolling in, rolling out, rolling in, rolling out. You were passenger weather, silver sky, summer rain, a beautiful kind of breaking, but never quite had a name. And I kept driving for miles with your ghost in every cloud. You were passenger weather, and I still feel you now. Cloud lying low, hands in my lap, watching the trees lean back. Southbound halo, burning low. Southbound halo, don't let go. There was gold on the hood at 5:30 and bugs in the heat of the glass. The road looked endless, thirsty, like it wanted us to pass. You wore a white tee, sun, faded thin hair tied back with a red string knot. You said, don't ask where I've been, so I asked you where we're not. And the air went wide like a church with no walls, just the engine singing and your voice through it all. You were southbound glows, silver and small. Everything leaving looks beautiful at all. The motel sign fell into the dark, one letter at a time. You traced the steam on the passenger side like subtitles I couldn't find. A cup of coffee gone cold in the dash, 2 tickets folded flat. Some songs only come alive when you know they won't come back. And the road behind us turned tender and far, like every bad scene looks softer from the car. There's a sinner in the rear view, every mile we leave behind. You in the gray light, me trying to read your mind, and the world keeps rolling forward, but my heart replays it slow. There's a cinema in the rear view, and I still can't let it go. Truck stop, neon in a payphone ring, somewhere out in the rain. You smile like you were visiting, not planning to remain. The wipers kept time to a tired old song, the highway hissed and gray. I learned that love can feel this strong and still not know how to stay. So I watched your face in the mirror's blue. The version of you leaving was the clearest view. There's a cinema in the rear view, every mile we leave behind. You in the grainy light, me trying to read your mind, and the world keeps rolling forward, but my heart replays it slow. There's a cinema in the rear view, and I still can't let it go. Frame by frame, your laughter turns into headlights, into smoke, into something that still burns. Scene by scene, the night unspools, and I'm just one more girl still losing to the beautiful. There's a cinema in the rear view where your shadow never ends. The glass makes saints of strangers and stories out of friends, and the road keeps asking for me, but I'm somewhere long ago. There's a cinema in the rear view, and I still can't let it go. Rear view glows, silver and small. Everything leaving looks beautiful. Neon August, heat in the wire. Neon August, small town fire. The parking lot shimmered after 8, like it had secrets to keep. We sat on the curb by the grocery gate, too young to call it deep. Your shoes were dusted with baseball field dirt, my lipstick faded thin. You said summer always leaves first, then takes your friends with it. And the soda machine buzzed like a dream, blue and red on your cheek, making ordinary holy. Neon August, stay a little longer. Don't let the sky turn cold. enough to last. Neon August, sweet little liar, still in my lungs like a match just passed. We were just kids in the edge of the fire, holding on to the last of the last. Neon August, heat in the wire. Neon August, small town fire. Ashes on the freeway, black against the dawn. Ashes on the freeway, everything moves on. We left before the kitchen light, before the neighbors woke. Your bag was small, your jaw was tight, your voice all in a smoke. The dashboard cracked in a pale blue line. The coffee tasted burned. Some fires don't go out in time, they just wait their turn. And the morning came up colorless, like it didn't wanna know what we were carrying, or where we meant to go. Ashes on the freeway, blowing through the lanes. Pieces of a story no rain could rearrange it. And I kept both hands steady while the whole sky turned gray. Love looked small and dangerous as ashes on the freeway. And mile marker 97, you almost said my name, then swallowed it like medicine or some old family shame. A church steeple cut the distance then vanished in the heat. I watched your reflection drift and dim in the passenger side of me. There are things we lose before they're gone, things already fading while we hold them on. Ashes on the freeway, blowing through the lanes. Pieces of a story no rain could rearrange it. And I kept both hands steady while the whole sky turned gray. Love looked small and dangerous as ashes on the freeway. If I had pulled over, would the fire have changed? If I had said don't leave, would it still have stayed? But the road knows better than the mouths we make. It takes what's burning and scatters what breaks. Ashes on the freeway, turning ashes on the freeway. Ashes on the freeway. Black against the dawn. Ashes on the freeway. Everything moves on. Colors bleed at the edge of town. Hold still before the light goes down. You bought a camera from a thrift store shelf. Said let's see what the summer keeps. Took my picture talking to myself with the windows down on Cedar Street. The print came out all soft and strange. Pink sky, your shoulder, half my smile. Like every memory starts to change the second it survives a while. And the evening spread across the fields like paint. Nothing in the distance wanted to stay sharp. Polaroid horizon blurred at the seams, holding all our almosts in washed out grains. You and me in fading color, try not to move too soon. Like if we stayed still long enough, the light would choose us too. There was cornfield wind and a radio hiss, and your knees against the dash. You said, don't make a moment of this, so I let it happen fast. A water tower caught the last sun flame, then dropped it in the dark. You asked if I'd remember your name, if all I had was the spark. I said some things only twilight hears, the kind that sound like love when they disappear. Polaroid horizon blurred at the seams, holding all our almosts in washed out greens. You and me in fading color, try not to move too soon. Like if we stayed still long enough, the light would choose us to shake it Sodium lamps and a sleeping town, and the hum of a tired speed. You had your knees pulled to your chest, a sweatshirt over your hands, like if you made yourself small enough, the night would change its plans. And I couldn't tell if we were leaving or being slowly erased. Sleepwalk, state line, drifting through the dark. You and I were two lit cigarettes trying to outlast the spark. And the road kept breathing like it knew what we'd deny. Sleepwalk, state line, where awake hearts go to hide. A dog barked once behind the station stop, then the whole place went still. The ice machine's blue fluorescent throb made your face look unreal. You said some towns feel like they dream of us, then smiled and looked away. I wanted to ask if that included love, but let the silence stay, because some words sound too alive in a place where everything feels barely on this side. Sleepwalk, state line, drifting through the dark. You and I were two lit cigarettes trying to outlast the spark. And the road kept breathing like it knew what we deny. Sleepwalk, state line, where awake hearts go to hide. Maybe morning's just a rumor, maybe home's a trick of light. Maybe we were only softer because no one else was inside. Across the line, still awake, still not fine. Sleepwalk, state line, silver on the glass. You said nothing but your shadow made it hard to let it pass. And the road kept taking all the things we never tried. Sleepwalk, state line, where awake hearts go to hide. White lines blur under half-shut eyes. Sleepwalk, state line, midnight in disguise. It came in quiet, like weather through a screen. Soft crash season, nothing split clean. You dropped your keys in the kitchen sink, like a habit you meant to quit. The apartment held its breath, I think. Even the clock moved delicate. Outside the avenue flashed with the rain. Taxis dragging go through black. You stood there in your thrift store frame, like someone halfway packed. And I felt the room go colder before a single thing was said. It's soft crash season, no glass, no flames, just little endings wearing ordinary names. And we hear it leave. A dish towel hung from the oven door, your lipstick on a cup, the kind of life that looks secure till one loose thread gives up. You asked me if I'd sleep okay, if this was just some space. I watched the headlights strike the wall and never touched your face, because the worst hurts rarely shout, they settle in slowly and hollow the house. It's soft crash season, no glass, no flames, just little endings wearing ordinary names. And we keep on moving like nothing slipped between. Love can break so gently, you barely hear it leave. All the loud songs lied, no one tells you this. Sometimes hearts go under without a single hit. Just a shift in tone, just an empty drawer, just a girl still standing in the shape of what was yours. It's soft crash season, and I know it now. The quiet kind of damage that doesn't show somehow. And the morning still arrives, clean as a magazine. But love can break so gently, you barely hear it leave. It came in quiet, like weather through a screen. Soft crash season, nothing split clean. Headlights in slow motion on the walls, on your skin. Headlights in slow motion, let the night begin. We were leaving the city by 11:30. Billboards soaked in rain. You had your boots up on the dashboard, dirty like you trusted me with the lane. The bridge came down in a ribbon of steel, traffic breathing red and white. You said, tell me something real. So I told you I hate goodbyes. And the windshield held 1,000 running stars, every one of them saying we'd gone too far. Headlights in slow motion, turning let the night begin. Mercury at dusk, silver in the heat. Mercury at dusk, running through the street. You wore that look like rain in July, bright but hard to trust. A little too gone in the passenger light, a little too young for rust. The town was all chain link and laundromat glow, and somebody burning leaves. You said some things move fast and never show. I said yeah, like you and me. And the evening slid over everything chrome, like the world was trying to turn liquid before dark. Mercury at dusk, slipping through my hands. A shadow I could follow, but never understand. And the sky kept melting into violet and rust. You were quicksilver love, my Mercury at dusk. We parked by the river behind the mill, mosquitoes in a halo dance. The radio faded, the air went still, and so did my last good chance. You leaned back laughing at nothing much, a sound I still run to. Some girls leave bruises, some leave dust. You left a silver blue. I knew by the light how the night would end. Beautiful things are the worst at staying. Mercury at dusk, slipping from my hands. A shadow I could follow, but never understand. And the sky kept melting into violet and rust. You were quicksilver love, my Mercury at dusk. No warning sign, no sudden flame, just a gleam moving on too fast to name. If I hold a memory just loose enough, it still runs bright. Mercury at dusk. Mercury at dusk, still under my skin, like a little cold fire that never settles in. And the whole sky darkened, but I kept the shimmer close. You were quicksilver love, the kind I miss the most. Mercury at dusk, silver in the heat. Mercury at dusk, running through the street. Paper motel, thin walls, dim light, paper motel, folded up for one night. Room 12 smelled like bleach and old rain. A Bible, a lamp, an unplugged clock. The ice bucket cracked like a little white bone. And the hallway never really stopped. You stood by the curtain, smoke in the dark, making halos with your hand. I lay there tracing the water stain like it might explain our plans. Some places know before we do that we're only passing through. Paper motel, everything temporary. Your shadow on the bedspread, soft and unnecessary. And I wanted to believe a cheap room could make love real, but the walls were made of paper, and so is what we built here. The TV talked to nobody, blue weather over your face. You asked me if I ever sleep without dreaming of escape. Down in the lot of coke, machine glowed like the loneliest little star. I thought about all the girls before me who'd waited in rooms like ours, and how the night can make anything look almost worth keeping. Paper motel, everything temporary. Your shadow on the bedspread, soft and unnecessary. And I wanted to believe a cheap room could make love real, but the walls were made of paper, and so is what we built here. Stay till morning, even if it's only sleep. Stay till the sun makes this all look cheap. Stay till the coffee. Stay till the keys. Stay till the truth gets too sharp to keep. Paper motel, I still hear the hallway, still see your cigarette ember turning midnight soft and gray. And I wanted to believe some nights don't disappear, but the walls were made of paper, and so was what we built here. Paper motel, thin walls, dim light. Paper motel, folded up for one night. Rearview summer, fading gold. Rearview summer, still won't let go. The vinyl seats stuck to the back of my legs. July buzzing through the vents. You drove with one hand, cheap shades on, like the whole world was already spent. We had peaches rolling in a grocery bag, a map with coffee on the seam. And every little town we crossed looked softer than it had any right to seem. You said, don't look back, but the mirror down, song turned loud. Name me once before the night runs out. Rearview, rearview, still glowing somehow. Rearview summer, dust and gasoline, a little bit broken, a little bit 17, and I know the miles I took you further than I could know. But rearview summer still won't let me go. Rearview summer, fading gold. Rearview summer still won't let go. Afterglow County, out where the day goes thin. Afterglow County, let the night roll in. We got lost where the blacktop narrowed past fields stitched up with fence, a water tower and a one-room church, and not much evidence. The air smelled sweet like cut down hay, and the dust turned pink at 6. You said I like towns that fade away, like they don't belong to anything fixed. And the whole sky opened like a door off its chain, everything glowing for a minute the same. In Afterglow County, you looked almost holy. Sunset on your shoulders, making the quiet know me. And I swear for a moment, the whole world slowed down. Somewhere out in Afterglow County, with no one else around. A dog barked once near a shuttered store, then the road went back to still. A hand-painted sign for peaches and firewood, leaning crooked on the hill. You climbed the fence in your canvas shoes and left when your sleeve got caught. I stood there staring like girls sometimes do when a scene says more than thought. No city noise, no glaring light, just a goal that made us. Look, we're saving for the night in Afterglow County. You looked almost holy. Sunset on your shoulders, making the quiet know me. And I swear for a moment, the whole world slowed down. Somewhere out in Afterglow County, with no one else around. Maybe love is only a county road at dusk, nothing you can own, just color, heat, and trust. Maybe all I wanted was one evening that stayed like your name in my mouth as the daylight gave way. In Afterglow County, the dark came on so slowly, I could almost keep you in that light. no one else around. Afterglow County, Afterglow County, out where the day goes thin. Afterglow County, Afterglow County, let the night roll in. White line fever dream running under me. White line fever dream, don't wake me clean. In the interstate hissed like a secret under rain. You had your boots up on the dashboard edge like you'd never known a lane. The exits blurred into numbers and saints. Truck stops glowed then bled. Some nights feel less like going somewhere, more like outrunning what you said. And the tires kept time to the thoughts we wouldn't name. Everything flashing past us looked exactly the same. White line fever dream pulling at my eyes. You and me half real under sodium skies, and the whole road shimmered like it might split at the seams. We were love with no daylight in a white line fever dream. A cigarette burned in the cracked open glass, your face all red and blue. You asked me if I trusted speed more than I trusted you. I said nothing, watched the median spark and the sign for Memphis fade. Some answers only show themselves in the mess good roads are made. And my heart beat hard in the engine's vein, like I could drive forever and still stay the same. White line fever dream pulling at my eyes. You and me half real under sodium skies, and the whole road shimmered like it might split at the seams. We were love with no daylight in a white line fever dream. Don't slow down, don't wake up, don't name it, don't break it. Stay in the blur, stay in the heat, stay where the dark makes danger sweet. White line fever dream, still running in my head. 100 ghost mile markers and all the things we never said. And the whole road trembles whenever your memory gleams. We were love with no daylight in a white line fever dream. White line fever dream running under me. White line fever dream, don't wake me clean. hazard lights low. Midnight shoulder, nowhere left to go. We pulled over where the gravel thinned, beside a field I couldn't name. No houses near, no traffic him, just the bugs in the cooling frame. You turned the key and the engine died, like something finally gave in. There are silences that feel like peace, and silences that cave you in. I watched your hands fold into your lap, like you were trying to keep from breaking out on the midnight shoulder. Everything felt true. The dark was wide enough to say what daylight wouldn't do. And I almost reached for you, like I knew what healing was. On the midnight shoulder, with the whole world passing us. The semi rolled by and shook the grass, then left us in the same old blue. You asked me if all hard things pass. I said some do, some turn into you. The stars were thin behind a cloud, the moon hung off to one side. You looked so young in the dashboard ghost. I forgot which one of us survived. Sometimes the road doesn't take you home, it just gives you room to feel how alone. On the midnight shoulder, everything felt true. The dark was wide enough to say what daylight wouldn't do. And I almost reached for you, like I knew what healing was. On the midnight shoulder, with the whole world passing us. If I had touched your hand, would it have changed a thing? Would the night have opened? Would the wires start to sing? Midnight shoulder, stay a little. Midnight shoulder, not yet, not yet. On the midnight shoulder, I still hear your breath, still see the hazard blinking red, like a tiny heart left. And I almost reached for you in the hour before it was gone. On the midnight shoulder, where I learned how night holds on. Midnight shoulder, hazard lights low. Midnight shoulder, nowhere left to go. Dustlight Romance. You were already there. The fairgrounds closed, but the lights stayed on, faint as a half-remembered tune. We walked past the rides with the power gone under a late August moon. Your denim jacket brushed my wrist like it meant to leave a mark. Some kinds of love begin like this, soft as dust, bright in the dark. And the night felt easy, like it wanted to keep anything tender that we didn't speak. Dustlight romance, hanging warm in the silence. You and me glowing like we'd slipped past violence. And I thought maybe sweetness could outlast the dark. A dustlight romance with your name on my heart. There was sugar on your mouth from the last fried thing, and music from a distant bar. A pickup passed with its speakers, then vanished into the dark. You said I never trust beautiful nights. I said maybe you don't have to. Then you smiled like street lamps after rain, a little broken, shining through. I knew by then this wouldn't stay, but some moments are made to be loved anyway. Dustlight romance, hanging warm in the silence. You and me glowing like we'd slipped past violence. And I thought maybe sweetness could outlast the dark. In a dustlight romance with your name on my heart. Hold still, let the dust keep turning. Hold still, let the last light burn in. Dustlight, dustlight, don't let morning in yet. Dustlight romance, still floating around me in the old fairground dark, where the shadows found me. And I know it was fleeting, like a spark in the yard. But I still call it something that was close enough to ours. Dustlight romance, turning gold in the air. Dustlight romance, you were